Hello, YouTube. It's Black Tiger Miner. Welcome you guys back to the Black Tiger Miner YouTube channel. It's Technical Tuesdays, so we're going to get into it. I missed Technical Tuesday earlier. I was at the dentist getting some work done. But we're going to get into KASPA, this KS BITMAIN ASCII miner. So there's a lot of discussion through the various YouTube channels. SerpentX talking about it, SerpentX talking about it, Kaspa Silver is talking about it. First off, remember Kaspa, Kaspa, Kaspa. But let's start the conversation with this KAS minor KS3, right? And the funny thing is, they're telling you to guess the price. They're not even telling you what the price is. But I think a lot of people have it wrong. If BITMAIN is investing into KASPA, that means KASPA is going somewhere. Do you think they would spend money developing this machine with guess the price and all these specs to mine KASPA for something that's going out of style or a currency that's going to disappear? I've been telling you guys since the beginning, Casper's here to stay. How big Casper gets is up to the development team and the product. But Casper's technology is more advanced than any other cryptocurrency thus far. It's using most of the Bitcoin code and algorithm, right? So Bitcoin's still here, and Casper might actually help Bitcoin. So let's go to YouTube. Twitter page is talking about Bitcoin buckles under the pressure of network congestion and soaring fees. So Bitcoin has a problem with network congestion and soaring fees. And then there's Kaspa. Kaspa is a solution to immune these issues. Kaspa is blazing fast and designed to overcome scalability, congestion problems that plague Bitcoin. Read more here. I didn't actually get into this. I didn't read the article, but just from this note, right? It's literally saying Casper can solve the Bitcoin problems. So if Bitcoin is the gold and Casper is the silver, this would be perfect application of what Casper is trying to do. So if we go to live coin watch, I'm not saying it's running, but it looks like it's starting to do something, right? We've been down for what, days? At least since 5/14, 2 days ago. There was a slight bump. And before that, let's go back to 30 days. I guess it's the beginning of May and then April. So since April, a slight bump and down a little bit, down further, slight bump again and further down, and a bump here and back down again. But it looks like there's actually some momentum now. In the last hour, it's up 2.07%. Last 24 hours, it's down 7.52%, 83%. The last 90 days, it's up 183%. In the last 90 days, it's up 183%. So if we look here at the Casper dashboard, the current supply is 18.5 billion. Transactions per second is 6.4. It was 7.8. And blocks per second is 1.9. Actually, it's down to 0.6. But if you notice, if you've been watching these videos, the transaction per second is getting consistently higher. So I know that's the Rust going through or the Rust updates, but the transactions per second is speeding up slightly. And if you see, we're at 64.02 mined percent. So there's only like 30%, of which what somebody else is going to talk, SerpentX is going to talk in the video later. And the next reduction is 28 days. And currently it's at 208. So let's get to it, right? All the information and all the disagreements and all the conversation comes down to, let's see what you guys think. This is the CASPA community. So let's see what the CASPA community says. There's a lot of people talking about CASPA that just kind of circulated to it or got involved. At first, no one was talking about it, and now everyone's talking about it. That's another good thing. If the BITMAIN problem is creating an issue, it's also shining a lot of light on CASPA, which is what CASPA needs. So, Son of Tech is also a miner. I watched a lot of his videos, and he has a lot of interesting points, and he also has a lot of very educational videos. So, if you are mining, especially GPU or ASIC, you might want to check him out. What he says, here's what happened. BITMAIN pumps Casper price. Casper lists pre-sale for KS3. BITMAIN mines on machines and delays shipments. This is allegedly. So just say he's saying BITMAIN's pumping Casper. They list the pre-sale for these Casper miners. They mine on them so they don't go out. Then they ship them out and dump their Casper. That's a pretty big accusation there, right? And if you see here, they hadn't even listed the price yet. So these aren't even shipped out. So he's saying they could be pumping the price, listing these, sell them for a lot of money, and then dump them Casper they've already mined, which I don't think is possible. I don't think it's going to tank even if they do that, but I don't think they would. Hopefully, ethically, they will see a problem there. But we'll see. This is going to be interesting how it plays out. But at this guess, so the conversation is guess the price. If you guess the right price, you'll get 10,000 ant miner coupon. Please enter the expected mining price. So if you win 10,000, obviously it's more than 10,000. And I saw SerpentX do an explanation we'll get to, and he thinks it might be around 100,000, and he has the math to prove it. So again, why would BITMAIN work on a miner that will cost 100,000? That's a lot of investment, and that's a lot of promise. If you don't think Casper is going to be around, you wouldn't make and sell a ASCII miner for
Kaspa miner.
100,000 or even more than 50,000. I mean, it's got to be around 60 to 100,000, right? Just from the hash rate it consumes, right? And it said there on one of the sites he'll show you that it could make close to $2,000 a day. Interesting. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts about this. And let's go to SerpentX video
It's pretty
and see what you
powerful,
think.
8.3 terahash at 3200, basically under 3,200 watts. Super efficient compared to some of the ice river miners that I'm still skeptical of, but obviously we got some units out there in the wild. And the biggest thing is, why is BITMAIN doing this? BITMAIN would not invest the resources to build this ASIC unless they know something we don't, or unless they see something we don't, which is the title of today's video or live stream. So I'm interested to know what they see that I'm missing, or what they see that we're all missing. But they got a little guess the price giveaway type, or not giveaway, but it's pretty powerful, 8.3 terahash at 31, basically under 3,200 watts. Super efficient compared to some of the ice river miners that I'm still skeptical of, but obviously we got some units out there in the wild. And the biggest thing is, why is BITMAIN doing this? BITMAIN would not invest the resources to build this ASIC unless they know something we don't, or unless they see something we don't, which is the title of today's video or live stream. So I'm interested to know what they see that I'm missing, or what they see that we're all missing. But They got a little guess the price giveaway type, or not giveaway, but guess the prize, I guess you could say, on their website, where if you guess the correct price of the KS3, you get a $10,000 coupon. So I find that very interesting. And their website's been getting hammered ever since people were talking about it and stuff like that. So I find that super interesting, the amount of interest, I guess you could say, about it, right? Caspa is not new. Matter of fact, if we go back to the charts here, while Coin Market Cap and even TradingView only starts in September, some of you may recall that Son of a Tech, I think, started at the end of Q2 or Q2 2023 or 2022 or Q3 2022, and I was right in the QT or the Q2 or Q3 somewhere. So it was me and Son of a Tech that talked about Caspa, and you could see, when we were mining it, it was very much fractions of a penny. And now, right now, at time of filming, is at 2 cents. The height, it was around 4 cents. So people who've been mining it, were obviously, if they took profits up here, they're doing pretty good. And that's very interesting to me, because is Caspa the next Ethereum? I would say no. But why is BITMAIN getting in? BITMAIN has to see something. Their corporation, their company has to see something we're missing. Because right now, all of this screams to me is, okay, next time Kaspa pumps, I'm going to go ahead and take profits, because I'm ahead of where I was when I started. And I may just want to get out and convert it into Bitcoin or some other top 10 asset rather than Kaspa. Because usually when you have this much, hash rate come online, obviously it becomes very much unprofitable for miners and stuff like that. But the Caspa's project has always been with the foregone conclusion that, hey, we're not just GPU focused, right? We want to grow beyond that. We want to grow GPUs, FPGAs, ASICs, quantum computing, whatever it might be in the next generation. So they always had that mindset, and we knew that was coming. And I always express that in my videos, guys. Don't get too attached to this currency as a GPU miner, because they always plan on moving beyond GPU mining. But here's the thing: Ethereum, even though it switched to proof of stake, so now nobody can mine it, whether you got an ASIC, FPGA, or GPU. It was always still kind of decentralized, right? You got the big centralized players trying to get as much hash rate as they could on ETH hash, but the GPU miners were fighting good, right? So it was kind of, the GPU miners were still participating. As things continue, like, GPU miners aren't mining Casper right now, not as much as they could be. And it's all pretty much FPGAs and ASICs with a handful of GPU miners, where Ethereum had a lot of GPU miners. So what does BITMAIN see in Caspa that we're missing out on? So I just wanted to talk about that for a little bit and just throw my hat in the arena. Not all the points I'm going to mention in this video or live stream is going to be valid, but I just want to make sure, because you're going to start to see all of these different videos talking about how crazy this miner is and how great it is and stuff like that. Obviously, with some words of caution, saying be careful, because once these hash rate comes online, and with current pricing and maybe some calculations, the profits are going to be crap. So by the time you get the miner, you're only going to be making so much a day. That is absolutely true, and I agree with that, and definitely want to urge caution. But Casper's been doing a pretty good job of promoting itself, as well as partnering and expanding, right? Different exchanges, different partnerships, different groups. They just signed up or have Uphold now supporting them, right? That was just the other day, May 9th. Casper's available on Uphold tomorrow, May 10th. Hey, much awaiting listing with Uphold Inc. finally here, right? CFI, centralized finance, be your own bank, Kaspa, DAG, POW, right? So they're constantly growing. They're constantly growing, and that's a good thing, right? Over here, King's Cross Hotel, Istanbul, Turkey. Experience the convenience of using Caspa at the hotel accommodation, airport transfer, spa treatments, delicious food, and more. Enjoy a fiat-free stay with Caspa. So they're getting, again, partnerships with different entities and corporations, trying to get users to spend their currency to have wonderful accommodations or whatever it might be. So using the currency for what it's intended for. I like that. So Caspa is on track to still be good as long as they can maintain the current growth trajectory they are on. The moment they start getting lazy, which I haven't seen from the team yet, whether it's the devs or the marketing team, the moment they start getting lazy and we start having all of these different ASICs come on board, that's when we're going to have a problem, because you're going to see this currency, as far as the price and everything, drastically reduce, or excuse me, the overall currency price is obviously going to crash. Let me sign in real quick so we can go look at the main page. I do have my own account for this particular website. You got to, if you're working with BITMAIN at any point in time. And I'm not verified because I didn't complete KYC, but we at least can go look at the page when it boils down to that. So let me save this. KASPA, we're going to the page now. There we go. All right. So guess the price. Again, a little competition. A lot of people have been weighing in. Red Panda Mining went live. Rabbit Mining went live. I'm sure a number of my fellow colleagues are going to go live tonight about it. So again, you're going to get inundated with these different videos talking about this miner and what's going on. I just want to draw your attention to the fact that BITMAIN is seeing something or knows something that we as the general public do not know, because they wouldn't have invested the resources they're investing into KASPA mining equipment. What that is, I do not know. I'm sure we could sit here and speculate all damn day, but that's not the thing. Something else has got their eye, and I'm intrigued by what is it. But obviously, there's some concern. So with this pricing of this not GPU, of this ASIC, right? So let's think about this: 8.3 gigahash, 31, almost 3,200 watts. We know what the Ice River is priced at. Matter of fact, let's go pull up the Ice River. And I don't know, has anybody actually bought the Ice River besides Red Panda Mining, who received a unit, and a few others? If you have, and I can remote in and play around with it, I would like to do that. But I understand my small channel may not be of interest to you. However, if you're willing to give me a shot, I would greatly appreciate it. So we got the Ice River, the KS2. Don't get that confused with the CAS KS2. KS3 is what they're calling this one, right? So is Ice River like kind of like a subdivision of BITMAIN? Because they use the same naming scheme or nomenclature. That's interesting. Anyways, $30,000 for this thing that only gets 2 terahash, right? 2 terahash, $30,000. This new one's going to get us 8.3 terahash. So this thing is definitely going to be freaking up there in price. And I'm not checking the chat just yet. I'm trying to get all this information out. Spitballing, these are just my thoughts, my speculation. This is not financial advice or anything like that. I'm just literally trying to talk to you and get you to just step outside the box, keep your head on the swivel, look around. Something else is got their attention. What is it? I don't know. So 8.3 divided by 2. Obviously, we know that would have been 4.5. So 4.5, $30,000 times 30. Definitely could be easily, if BITMAIN wants to choke the market and there are centralized mining operations willing to spend that kind of money, this could easily be over $100,000. Easily be. Now, $124,000 for one ASIC is a lot of money, but considering what it's calculated at, and we know we could go to what? Mine the ASIC, which might have it, not yet. All right, let's go to ASIC miner value, which does have it. This device that's right now, if you had it in hand, $2,700 a day, that's a pretty penny, right? That's probably the most I've ever seen in my years of mining, and I've been mining for a hot minute. So times 365, that's almost $1 million a year if you didn't pay electricity, almost. So you can easily pay this thing down really quick. But again, by the time you get it, the profitability was going to take a hit. Now, I saw our buddy Rabbit Mining calculate the hash rate for Kaspa, and I could be just as wrong, but he was basing it on 1.2 petahash. And there's a lot of hash rate that I don't think this is calculating. The network hash rate for Kaspa should be around 3 petahash from my own data and calculations, because there are entities out there direct mining Kaspa, right? Remember I showed you how to do solo mining through your own node, and how you can take other people's hash rate and point it towards your node and hash for you, and how there's some things you need to do at the router or firewall depending on your network setup. 3 petahash is where the network is at now. Does that mean these Bitmain ASICs are already online and being tested? I don't think so. Maybe a handful of them, maybe the ice rivers, maybe the multi-miner. But this could easily be a 10, maybe 15 petahash network when these ASICs come online. Easily. Because, again, that's 8 terahash per device, 8.3 terahash per device, making your FPGA bit streams irrelevant, making the Osprey E300 irrelevant, making your GPUs irrelevant. That's not going to hurt Kaspa one bit. Again, they always plan to grow beyond. As long as they continue their growth cycle, as long as they continue the trajectory they have been on as far as marketing, pushing for exchanges, all that good stuff, they could be good. The moment they start slowing down, that's when we're going to see some problems. That's where I'm going to have my personal concerns, right? We don't have a lot of exchanges compared to Ethereum and other projects out there. There's not a lot of exchanges. So they need to continue to push to be on various exchanges. They need to continue to push for marketing and development and hitting their roadmap goals and the whole 9 yards. Because the moment they don't, and all this hash rate comes online, this project is going to tank, which sucks because I like the project. I want to see it succeed. Another thing to consider, there's already 64% of the circulating supply out there. With these ASICs coming online, right, we should catch up to that 100% mark pretty fast, in my opinion, right? If we only started since last year and we're already 64% of the entire circulating supply, that's probably why they want to rush out these miners as fast as possible. That's probably why we're getting these ASIC miners as fast as possible, because there's not going to be much circulating supply afterwards, or to obtain. Less than 40% of the circulating supply is yet to be mined. So you want to mine as much of it as possible, as quickly as possible, so that way you can hang on to it. Because usually if their demand continues to grow because they're pushing so hard, right, their price should follow.
From SerpentX, that full explanation, which was actually pretty interesting. And the information that Red Panda Miner did have a iRiver. That's another question I want. How many people do you know or heard of that actually have the iRiver ASCII miner, or is looking at this KS3, I think? Yeah, KS3. And also, from his information, if it can make $2,000 a day, right, and up to $1 million annually, they could pretty much charge whatever they want to. So 124,000 or 150,000 wouldn't be ridiculous. But the thing that you're missing here is, why would they sell this miner that could mine up to $1 million if they didn't see the value or the work there, right? Why would you even put this whole product together? So there must be something that's brewing that is not known to the public yet. And I want to say it must be something that's going to make this mainstream, right? So remember, Caspa, Caspa, Caspa. Forget what these guys are talking about. Forget what everybody's telling you. It has to be something. Why would you spend time in development if you're just going to dump the miners? There must be a long term play here. Let me know what you think in the comments and like this video. We want to get as many people into the Caspa community to kind of debate or discuss, or at least have some understanding of what's going on, because obviously there's a future here. Out of all these videos and everyone's conversation, because as he says, once this bad boy hits the market in August, there's going to be all kind of videos about it. But the question is, why would they put this together? Why would there be a guess to price promotion? As they say, all news is good news. So this definitely helps the Casper product. Let's see what the actual price is. Oh, wow. That's down to 0.7. So it's still up and down. But I do want to hear your comments. Like, share, and subscribe. And let me know what you think about this Technical Tuesday video. And maybe Serpent Tech or Caspa Silver or Sonnet Tech or maybe even Red Panda would get in the comments or meet up to a discussion of the video or Caspa's future. Because I'm telling you guys, Caspa's not going anywhere. We've been here since day one with me. Thanks for your support. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. This is Black Tiger Mining signing out for Technical Tuesday. Have a good night, and we'll get back to it tomorrow. Let's get back to the money. Kaspa, Kaspa, Kaspa.